Hello and welcome to Tête à Tête, France 24's flagship interview show. Our guest today is Patrick Muyaya. He's the Minister of Communication and Media of the Democratic Republic of the Congo. He's also its government spokesperson. Thank you very much for being with us.
Thank you, dear Mark, for hosting me.
A year ago, Rwanda and the DRC signed a peace agreement that was then 6 months later in early December in Washington under the auspices of President Trump, the formal signing between both presidents. A year later, however, according to Donald Trump's special envoy for Africa, Masad Boulos, both parties are not implementing the security part of this deal. The DRC is not neutralizing the so-called FDLR group, and Rwanda is not stopping its support for the M23 rebel group and not withdrawing its troops from the DRC territory. Why are you not implementing your part of the deal?
Let me start by reminding you that this peace process started by July 2022. And remember, in December 2024, we were all in Rwanda, among with Angolan president, and guess who didn't show up? And you have seen what happened, the president of Rwanda, and you have seen what happened after in January and February between Goma and Bukavu. 10,000 people died, and today this part of our country is occupied by Rwandan forces and their proxies. One thing is clear, even when we were signing in Washington on December 4, President Kagame's military were operating inside the DRC territory. Remember that they were attacking Uvira. So, and then after the attack of Uvira, you can imagine that we were committed in a peace process while signing in the front of American presidents, there was this situation. But anyway, we have both our team and Rwandan team and American team who work together among in what we call GSMV, the joint mechanism for the following of the agreement. And we agree, the three-part agree that there was like 6 areas, it's called NAI, named area of interest, where we identified where those FDLR are located. And 5 of these 6 NAI are under control of M23 FDLR. For the first NAI, we, as government, we start by doing the sensitization. That was the plan. And then we were able to report to the GSMV. But from November 2025, the next meeting, the last meeting we had, we start having meeting with Rwandan side on February. It means that when you look at Rwanda attacking Uvira, when you're looking at Rwandan acting inside DRC territory, it's clear they don't have the political will to implement what we agree on Washington. We, as DRC, we are committed because you have millions.
But are you not neutralizing FDLR? No, you're saying the situation doesn't allow it.
No, first, coming about the issue of FDLR, let me come back to the story. This started since 1994 or 1996. 4 different presidents in the DRC were facing the same pretext used by President Kagame.
It's a false pretext?
It's a very false pretext. Let me remember you that in 2020, after 1 year the President Tshisekedi took the office, I think we sent back in Rwanda some of those people. It's clear that those who want peace first is DRC because the war is being done in our country. And today, look at the number of victims, the number of those ladies, the number of those children. We cannot even go to school because of those Rwandan activities. And DRC, starting by the president, he spoke about yesterday while doing the speech for the independence, that we are committed. We are committed not only to peace now, but we are committed in a sustainable peace.
What about Rwandan troops? Secretary of State Marco Rubio said he was hoping they would withdraw by mid-July. Do you think that will happen?
I think United States should more use like a pressure or use tool on Rwanda if they want.
But they're sanctioning Rwanda all the time.
It's good, but it's not enough yet, because when you see, let me tell you one thing. When we traveled in Washington with the President Tshisekedi, the day we signed, it was in December 4, people in Kivus were expecting to see the peace tomorrow. Not because it was just the President Tshisekedi signing with the President Kagame, but because of the presence of the President Trump. No one could believe that President Kagame could dare to comfort, the way he's comforting American president. From December 2025 till today, we are starting July, 6 to 7 months later, nothing is really happening because Rwanda doesn't want to implement this peace agreement, because once this will be reality, President Kagame won't be able to continue his process of looting our mineral resources. That's the main reason of why he's doing this war.
You're saying the U.S. is not doing enough. Rwanda says the U.S. is not
neutral.
neutral.
I think the United States, okay, they can do more than
Sanction for President Kagame, for instance?
they have all the level of sanction. If sanctioning the President Kagame is the solution for him to withdraw his troops on eastern part of the DRC, why not? They should do that so we can move. Don't forget that the agreement we made in Washington has two sides. There is one security side. There is one more important even, is economic side, because the people in the region, as the President Tshisekedi keeps saying, we as Congolese, we don't have any problem with Rwandan population. We don't have any problem with any country in the region. What we want is to create condition of peace, so people in the region can take advantage of all those economic opportunities we have in that part of our country.
A few days ago, on June 26th, the DRC filed a case against Rwanda in front of the International Court of Justice, accusing Rwanda of waging, quote-unquote, genocidal campaigns in the east of your country since 1996. Rwanda says it's not true, it's a political maneuver, and it's actually your government that's discriminating against Congolese Tutsis.
Coming in your last statement, you know, it's just incredible that to see the Rwandan president presenting himself without having any mandate of our population to become their defensor by killing other community. Let me tell you that DRC has 9 neighbors, and we have with those 9 countries, we have people under the border. So can you imagine that all those 9 presidents start behaving like the President Rwanda Kagame is doing? The first person who's doing stigmatization of our Tutsi communities is the Rwandan president first. The second, it's not the reason why you should continue to commit massacre, pretending protecting a community by killing others. Let's come to what we did in ICG. If Rwandan people, especially the social network, the social media minister, saying that it's a political maneuver,
the Minister of Foreign Affairs.
Yes, he's the social media minister. So he can go, okay, to demonstrate in the front of ICG. But what I would like to mention, and I will insist on that, is that we did a peace process with Americans, which is very positive, but we think, with the president and all the government, that the justice part is crucial, especially if we don't want to see those kind of activities anymore. It means Rwanda as country must be judged, Rwanda as country must pay for all those massacres they've been committing from 1996 till today, and all those sons, because President Kagame has different sons, especially those who are leading the proxy movement now, and all of them, each of them, need to respond in the front of justice. That's what we need to do for our population, for the memory of some of our beloved brothers who died because of those activities.
I want to get to the Ebola outbreak in the east of the country. The epicenter is in Ituri, but it seems to be spreading. North Kivu, South Kivu, now Owele, as the other province is known. And there is this sense that you reacted too late, too little, and that the epidemic is out of control.
The 2 cases people find in Owele were the cases we've been looking for, because they were contaminated in Ituri. So numerically, according to all the specialists, we cannot consider that those people were contaminated in Owele. So they are quantified in the numbers we have in Ituri. Second, since we declared this epidemic, it was in May 15. Today, if you go to Muyaya, we are providing what WHO is calling a robust response. A robust response to provide, as I was telling you, the surveillance, because those cases we find in Owele, we find them because we are working on surveillance. The second part, and one of the most important part of this, on managing this outbreak, is communication with communities. And we are doing, I was there 2 times with the health minister. The president himself is speaking about. We went with member of parliament, and even all those vertex leaders. we are evolve in the management of this outbreak. So I won't speculate on what people are saying or those critics are coming. I will focus on what we are doing to make sure each case is taken care, to make sure our population understand the dangers of this disease, that what is happening now, and you can see the number are getting better and better, and we are very optimistic for the coming month.
When you say you're very optimistic, we haven't reached the peak of the epidemic, and it seems that there are going to be more cases and more death. This is what the welfare...
No, I think from today, if you look at very well, we have less death than we used to have before. I was in Mungwalu in the heart of this outbreak, where people were dying 10 to 15 daily. But now it's between 2 and 5. It means what? That people is understanding what the disease is, because in DRC we have experience. What we did last time when we was there with the health minister is that now we declare free health care for any kind of pathology in this part of country. So when you have headache, when you have diarrhea, when you have, I don't know what kind of pain you can have, you go to the hospital, you'll be taken care of.
So to conclude, you think that within several weeks, this Ebola outbreak will be firmly under control?
I cannot, of course, we are optimists. I will not go in 2 weeks, in 3 months. What we are doing today in daily basis is to take care of each case. And taking care of each case, it means when you have someone who is presenting symptoms at the hospital, you must be able to follow what people around him, as we call them, contact case. And the fact that the surveillance is going well, the fact that we are doing more testing, the fact that we are discovering more number, it means that our strategy is working. I don't know if everybody can understand the way those epidemics works, but the fact that there is more number, it's a good sign. It's a positive sign. It means testing are working. It's a good sign that the health system is giving the right answer. If we maintain this rate, I'm sure in the coming month we will be able to speak about this trend in the past.
Patrick Muyaya, I want to thank you very much for being our guest, and thank you all for watching this edition of Tête à Tête here on France 24.